I'm Candace.
And I'm Shonda.
She got a mouthful.
I'm doing my Keith Lee.
Keith Lee don't always do this. He does. He'll do this and then be like, oh, it's good. How are you guys doing on this lovely lazy Sunday? It's a beautiful day outside. It's cold.
It's cold.
So I got my ears. Anywho, she's a hater. She want one. She knows she do. They have panda bears and frogs and everything. They're super cute. One of our vendor friends need this. Anyways,
It's cute, vendor friend.
how have you been?
My life has been beyond busy. It's like this is busy and this is my life. It's beyond.
I don't like being that busy.
I don't either.
No, not.
I do try to take a day, and so Sundays is usually my day. I just kind of reset, take a deep breath,
That's good.
and be at one with the little person within.
Your inner child.
Honey, you know.
Well, what do you want to talk about, Shonda?
I don't know how much of social media you do.
It depends, because you and me social media page is different.
Completely can't be looking at.
What is that?
That's your page.
No. No, my page is full of stuff that's gonna lift my moods. I don't look at a bunch of drama. I don't look at a bunch of foolishness. I look at happy stuff. So it's a lot of dancing. It's a lot of puppies. It's a lot of cats, babies, recipes, stuff like that. Music, fashion. Other than that, I don't want no drama on my page. So that's why it be looking different.
My stuff on my page be, especially like my TikTok, be fun. I do have dancing on my TikTok page. I do have stuff, beauty stuff. You know, the girls that put on makeup. So I do have that. And it was the video when we get finished. I got to show you. I was killing myself laughing last night.
See, and me and your sense of humor is different too. So you'll be like, "This is funny," and I'll be like,
I'm the real comedian of the group.
Comedian.
And what I finna say?
Speaking of comedian,
honey, did you see the Katt Williams?
I saw part of it. I wasn't finna sit there no 2 hours and watch. What is it? The Shay Shay Room Club Shay Shay.
Yeah, with Shannon Sharp.
I would. My ADD won't allow me to sit there for that long.
I did not watch it for the full time, but I think I probably ended up watching it by the time I scrolled through all the TikTok videos that was made about it. I think that, I have probably got
rundown on what everything was discussed. I just got bits and pieces here.
But he kind of went through everybody in the industry. He basically gave big kudos to Bernie Mac as a comedian. You know, I like Bernie Mac. Did you like Bernie Mac?
I did. I especially like the Bernie Mac show. Because we were kids when he was like in his prime. You know, Def Comedy Jam, Kings of Comedy, all of that. We were little kids, so I don't remember his stand up, but I definitely loved his show, and I loved him in movies. Like the first movie I think I saw with him in it was Baps, and he didn't even have a big role, but I was like, oh, this guy's pretty interesting. So I knew of him, but just knew him mainly from his show.
But his show, he like America. Yeah. But he gave good kudos to Bernie Mac. You know, everybody, for the most part, like Bernie Mac. But he also was saying how the Kings of Comedy, which we know is Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer.
Ricky Smiley was in that group? I don't think he was in that group. You talking about the special?
Yeah. Okay, so it was Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. It was one more person. Bernie Mac.
And was it DL? Google it.
This is honey, the producer we had last time is not here, honey.
He's not here. But you know what? I looked up producer, and technically, and you know me, I'm just full of useless information. Technically, we will be considered the producers because we're producing the show.
Oh, okay.
But
okay, yeah. So you're right, Ken. So Steve Harvey, Dale Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac.
Full of useless information. How did I know that? I never seen the special. Don't at me. I was a child when that special came out. My parents were not going to allow it
at all. I just forgot that DL was on it. But anyway, he was saying that how they didn't, the other guys did not like Bernie Mac but they were saying, oh, he ugly and da. But actually, Bernie Mac was the one that made the show. Like Bernie Mac was the best comedian of all of them, and he was saying now then when Bernie Mac died, they want to be like, oh, we love Bernie. Bernie want to do this. And he was like, Bernie never want to do none of that. And then he was also talking about how Steve Harvey, his hair was fake. Oh. He said he didn't. He said that was a toupee when he was on that show, on the show that he was on. He said that was not, his real hair. And
oh my gosh,
yeah. And then he went in the ones in the clips I saw. Now he probably didn't always. And then he talked about Kevin Hart. He said Kevin Hart was a plant, and he said that they are part of the Illuminati. That's why
a plant.
Yes. He said that that's why Kevin Hart was he said that Kevin Hart for a long time I will never do nothing with somebody wear a dress. I will never do a role that wear a dress, never do a role wear a dress. And then his last movie, but the movie before anyway, like one of the last scenes of the movie, he wore a dress for his daughter in the movie. Oh. So he was just like he just refused to be one of the guys that just wear women clothes to be funny, like Tyler Perry. He's like, Tyler Perry's not funny unless he wears women clothes. And then he was talking about Ricky Smiley. He said he's funny when he wears women clothes. So he was like, he's just not gonna be that person.
That's okay. I feel like in that instance with that statement, he is entitled to say that. If he don't want to, he don't want to. I honestly don't think. Here's the thing: all throughout history, for comedy's sake, people have done that because it's funny. It's what works. It's funny. Think about Looney Tunes, the cartoons. You remember Bugs Bunny, and even sometimes he will just to fool Elmer Fudd or Yosemite Sam or whoever he trying to trick. He'll dress up as a woman to trick him. So that's an old comedy thing. It's not nothing new. So when people talk about it and be like, oh, these folk now they feel like they got a dress, I'm like, that's been part of comedy since forever. But at the same time, I'm like, if that's not your way of comedy, okay.
Do you feel like say for instance, we'll use the famous Tyler Perry. Now, for all the Tyler Perry fans, we are not coming for Tyler Perry. We are just simply having a conversation. So please do not come for us because we didn't call for you. So, but do you think Tyler Perry? Do you think the effect of the movie, his movies, his plays would still be as funny if he was not dressed? If he was like just a man and not dressed as Medea, do you think it'll still have the comedy effect?
I think because his movies are so like Black culture and heavy, I feel like that's why he got the Medea role, because most families grew up with that type of person, the matriarch. So I feel like if Medea wasn't a character in his stuff, all the movies will be completely different. Now, mind you can't have a patriarchal type person who could have been just as funny. But given the history of, African American culture, most of the time it's a matriarch who's kind of keeping everybody together, giving beads of knowledge.
Kind of no nonsense. Yeah, everybody in that family, everybody has that one person. Yeah. Like for me, it was my great grandma. She was kind of like Medea. Like she did not play. She was very funny though, because it was like, girl, but and she was just like that. Go honey, I wouldn't put up with that, because you are a minute type person.
Yeah, and for me, my grandma was similar to Medea, but our family dynamic, we had a patriarchal, I guess, front man in our on my mom's side. on daddy's side, I can't pinpoint who was who, because my granddad died when I was young. But I know on my mom's side, it was more of the patriarchal influence, but that was very rare, even for that time period. To have that many kids and a father like he was. Like, he interacted with his kids, he played with them, he disciplined them, he made them know hard work. He was just unique. Actually, when I think about it, I was like, our family dynamic is very different at that time. But then, anyways, moving aside, because I'll go off on a tangent.
Hey, and we're gonna go right to the story of him lifting.
Anyways, see, I wasn't even gonna bring that about. She's hating because my grandpa is Hulk of a man. She's a hater.
My man is a Hulk of a man. Let's not do. Ooh. But
like little kids, my daddy's talking to you.
Right. So I think that I think that the whole storyline of Madea will have to be changed if Tyler was not dressed as a female and he was dressed as a man.
Yeah.
Like himself.
It wasn't. That's why I was like, my family dynamic is very unique because that's just not the normal. That's not the normal. So it's I couldn't, like, I never knew Madea was a common thing in families neither. Like, lots of people call their grandmother, great grandmother Madea, and I ain't never heard it till Tyler Perry. So yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
So that's how my family was, but that's not the norm. That's not everybody. Kind of what everybody can relate to. And I feel like that's why his character of Madea works. And because she say stuff all of us have heard. She don't play. Every child acting a fool and acting up, getting a butt whooping, or she gonna fight them or do something to be like, I'm finna kill you. You knew you didn't play. Now again, my grandma, very similar to her. She just said whatever was on her mind. She had little nuggets of wisdom, and she would beat the crap out of you.
So who do you think, because he talked about other comedians, Kevin Hart, I said Steve Harvey, Cedric Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, Bernie Mac. Which comedian do you? Now I think some people actually said this when I was looking at TikTok and reading some of the comments. They were talking about they didn't feel that Steve Harvey was funny. Do you feel that Steve Harvey is funny?
Again, that era of Kings of Comedy, I never really seen the special because I was youngin' and they had to.
But not just that, because Steve Harvey did stand-ups by himself. I
haven't seen none of his like comedy. Okay. I just didn't see him in the show that he used to have, where he was like a teacher.
Yeah.
And
and they also talked about how he stole that from what's the guy that played Mr. Cooper? What's his name?
Really?
He kind of alluded to
Mark Curry.
Yep. Ooh. And Mark Curry, Steve Harvey and Mark Curry actually had words because Steve Harvey gave this one, I forgot the joke, but it was a joke that Steve Harvey did that was almost exact, just like Mark Curry. And then they also showed that Steve Harvey did a joke that was just like Katt Williams.
Oh, I just thought about something. Because you remember Hanging with Mr. Cooper, right? You remember that show? It did have some similarities to the Steve Harvey show. Except with the Steve Harvey show, he was a music teacher. Hanging with Mr. Cooper was like a former, I think he was a former basketball player who became a gym teacher. But which one came out first?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh my God. Ooh, the drama. Let's see. Could have. Or it could have just been someone that had similar ideas. And, because lots of times that happens. People have similar ideas. And,
okay, so Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
It came out in 1992.
Okay. Now, what was the Steve Harvey show? Was it called the Steve Harvey show?
I think it was called the Steve Harvey show. Yeah, right there. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, yep. And it came out in
No.
They sounded 6. We stole the show. And the plot
begins. Well, I can't disagree.
This is worth a half flip. We found something else.
I can't disagree there. I'm not gonna say here or there, but I never thought about it to this moment that shit was very similar to Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Mm-hmm. Now, in my little humble opinion, comparing the two, because I have watched both of them shows. I was old enough because they used to come on TGIF. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed Hanging with Mr. Cooper more than the Steve Harvey show. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Steve Harvey show lasted longer. I don't know about Hanging with Mr. Cooper was canceled, but I enjoyed his show more so than the other. Mm-hmm.
So you answer my question again. Of your comedians, since we talk about comedians, what's your favorite comedian? What's your favorite comedian
favorite comedian of that group?
No, just in general. I mean, kind of on the comedy.
Well, my favorite comedian. Okay, I didn't answer your first question as far as like, do I think Steve Harvey is funny?
Oh yeah, do you think Steve Harvey is funny?
Ooh, don't come at me, Steve Harvey fans. But I don't.
He ain't. I don't. Honey, he ain't funny. He's not funny to me. Funny. I think that Steve Harvey, honey, when you watch Steve Harvey show and he be trying to cry, he be like, if I do it long enough, I can conjure up tears too.
But I guess I kind of did answer it because I enjoy Hanging with Mr. Cooper a lot more than the Steve Harvey show. Mm-hmm. Like I found Hanging with Mr. Cooper on Tubi or something where you can watch like all the episodes, and I enjoy watching them. I went back and watched like a bunch of old shows, like In the House, the one with LL Cool J. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. I started the Steve Harvey show.
Was that what you love watching In the House? Like this? Oh, okay. I was like, no, I feel like I was just watching it just recently.
Yeah. I started to watch the Steve Harvey show, and I was like, I don't like this. Why did I used to watch this? I think it was because the teenagers who was in the show, I thought they were cute, and I was just like, I like this show. Yeah. But really, I was like, this show is lame.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm not a Steve Harvey fan either. So no, he's just not funny to me. He's not. I don't. He's not that funny to me.
Yeah, me. Okay, so back to your other question, as far as favorite comedians go, I like the internet comedians who kind of came up, like Tony Baker, Kev on Stage, Angel. Angel Moore. She actually was a comedian, like on a stage comedian too, but she turned more into acting. So she's an actress, but just that whole group, they're all a group of friends. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy their comedy more so than the big name comedians because it's just like they're more relatable. Yeah. Like especially Tony Baker. I think he's my favorite. If I gotta say favorite comedy, it's Tony Baker. Kev on Stage. Angel don't really do comedy, but she's funny. She it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. So I absolutely love her. But Tony Baker, he do like the animal voiceovers that are hilarious. But then when he's on his specials, like his comedy shows, everything just be so relatable. And it's how he say stuff that be so funny and stuff like, cause he wear glasses. So, me and you been blind since the beginning of time.
Ever rarely.
So he did one joke where he was like, and I didn't never think about it, but I was like, he's absolutely right. Where he was just like, what's the weirdest thing? That people who can't see have to pay for good vision. He was like, what is it like just to have good vision? Like talking to people who can see. And like, just what is that like?
What is it like?
And I was just like, that's a good one. Why do we have to pay to see?
Why do we have to pay to see, Jesus? Why do you need vision insurance?
Right. Like I had never thought about that. It's just like, oh, you just have to pay to see. But why do we have to pay to see?
You have to pay to be when you're deformed, like can't see. You have to pay.
Yes, it's not our fault we blind.
But that, I mean, because in these days, this day and time, like who is normal? So they will lose money if you can't see. Don't worry, it's a disability. It's free.
You're right.
Oh, your teeth crooked. Don't worry, it's a disability. It's free.
It wouldn't have no money. But anyways, he just relatable stuff. Because me being a glasses wearer, I related to that. Or he'll just I don't know. It seemed more like I get where you're coming from because the humor is stuff that I have.
He's not like a big name person to where it's like, oh, I'm making so much money. So what I think is funny, y'all don't think it's funny no more.
You're right. So it's even Marlon Wayans to me is still funnier than.
I like Marlon. He like a goofy funny though.
Yeah, I mean, like have you seen any of his comedy specials?
I have not. I've only seen him like in movies. I haven't seen like a stand up.
Yeah, in movies he's hilarious because he's so silly. But then even his specials to me are funny. What's another guy? I think Kevin Hart is funny. His comedy specials, they tickle me.
Kevin Hart is funny. Let me tell you who is funny though. Kevin Hart he's no longer on the podcast, but his friends, he has a group of guy friends, and his guy friends their group is called Straight from the Heart. And that group of guy friends are hilarious. Shout out to Straight from the Heart. I am one of because they always talk about there ain't too many females listening to us. I am a faithful female listener, y'all. Shout out to Straight from the Heart. Make sure you tag them, Ken. Straight from the Heart. I do listen to y'all.
Straight from the Heart. I'm gonna tag our favorite comedians. Yes. I'm gonna tag Tony Baker. Even their podcast called Daddy Issues. It's like him and his friends. And they just be talking. They have honestly helped me understand how guys think because they just be honest with what they're saying, but they put it in a funny way. And I'll be like, oh, that's why they do that.
Honey, weird or weirdos.
Weird. It still doesn't make sense, but okay.
Weirdos. But do you think that this whole Katt Williams thing kind of helped people or made people think of celebrities again differently? Because I think sometimes we kind of put celebrities on this high pedestal. Like, you be like, I think I love such and such. I wish I could meet such and such. And then if by happenstance you meet whoever the person is, or you hear something bad about the person, you be like, oh, clutch pearls. And it's like, this person looked at the whole time, you just didn't know it.
That's true. I do feel like that's the case as far as celebrities go. I feel like at one point I was like that, but then I thought about it. I'm like, all these people are humans and they're not perfect and they're humans. And I think that's what we forget about with celebrities. We put them on such as high level and this high pedestal and be like, oh, they're above humanity. When it's like, they just like you and me, they just on TV a little more. And it's a lot more. Because we're not on TV at all. So it's like, yeah, I think oftentimes we do that. I used to do that with like my music artists, and I'd be like, oh, how could she just ruin someone's marriage and blah 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 blah. Right. And then I was just like, all of these people have done something that I would consider awful. So, and not saying I'm above anybody else because I'm imperfect. But
I'm just saying that everybody's imperfect. I'm just saying because, I thought I was agreeing. I just thought I was agreeing. I'm so sorry.
You see how she threw that subtle shade?
I'm so sorry.
She was trying to make me feel bad about myself. That's what it is.
That's not the case.
Anyways, yeah. So I do feel like we put them on a somewhat of a pedestal, but reality is it is what it is. You're human. You can have a good person or a person and say this is a person, this is their body, to do great things. They do great things, but they also do awful things. You can't discredit them though.
Do you think money makes people do awful? I think sometimes celebrities, okay, so let's just, as an example, and I'm not saying that this person's a bad person, guys.
Okay, piggyback off of that. I gotta get something out of the oven. Just piggyback off of that. I'm listening.
Hey, you listen. Okay, so like just as an example, say if you're gonna of course be a little snooty, a little bit of a snooty person if you had money. Because I mean, guess what? If I could just pay for everything, if I could pay for, make somebody, you get on my nerves. Here's $1,000. Shut up. I'm gonna tell them about you. Here's $5,000. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be snooty too, to be honest.
Well, no, I feel like it's levels to it. I do feel like money change how you are, but at the same time, it's who you
allow yourself to be.
Yeah, who you allow yourself to be, and who you associate yourself with. For example, again, I don't care. It's our podcast. We talk about what we want. So at the point, I don't care. That'll give us some interactions in the comments.
Yeah, we gonna go and we gonna go out. Y'all don't want no smoke.
Anyways, okay. So have you read Tiffany Haddish's book, The Last Unicorn? Either you had it or I had it. One of us had it.
Yeah, I read some of it though. Okay. Not all of it.
Okay, so it's a part in there when Tiffany Haddish was just kind of getting her stardom. Mm-hmm. And she had the girls trip with Jada. Okay. And she was saying how she still was like shopping at Walmart, shopping at Ross. She clipped coupons for everything. So she was like, hey, let's do this riverboat tour. She was hanging with them. And she was like, I got a Groupon for it. Mm-hmm. And when she was talking to Jada about it, she was like, Jada was like, what's a Groupon? And she was like, it's a Groupon. It's a coupon so we can use to do an activity. So she still was being grounded. And Jada was like, but you got money now. And she was like, you can't just be doing stuff and using coupon and, telling her all of this stuff. But I'm like, why? Why can't she still use a coupon if she wants to? Mm-hmm. So it's who you allow to in your circle and who you allow to influence your thinking. I don't know if she did or not. I haven't been keeping up with her.
And I think they did. I think they did end up doing it. And I think Jada and Will showed up.
Yeah, they did show up. They did the activity, but they got overwhelmed because when Will showed up, everybody was like, "Oh, Will Smith, can I have your autograph? Can I have your autograph?" So they couldn't really have fun. Mm-hmm. So they did the activity, but at the same time, I'm like, why is she telling her, "Oh, you can't be doing stuff like normal"? I understand to an extent she can't be doing stuff like normal because she's a celebrity for safety reasons. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm like, if she want to use a Groupon, okay. If she want to shop at Target or Walmart. Okay, what's the problem with that?
I don't care how much money I have. I will continue to shop at Target.
Right.
I will.
They got cute stuff.
Target, I will be your sponsor. I will continue to shop at Target.
Shop at Amazon, get discounts, use a Groupon. Why not?
I probably use a Groupon.
Why?
I don't use Groupon now. So I don't see my financial when the financial gain is going to cause me to, I'm not going to shop at Groupon.
Oh, okay. Well, I use coupons and all of them things because I be wanting a discount. So I feel like
I want discounts too, but
you don't. Because if you have to get some, she'd be like, I'm going to just get it.
That's not true.
That the lady, what's about
That's not true. But I mean, the Katt Williams thing, it took the internet by storm. And it's kind of funny because I think it seems like the beginning of every year, something takes the internet by storm. One year it was Paula Kobe Bryant died on us. Mm-hmm. And then one year it was doggone. I think last year it was Betty White, wasn't it? Betty White died at the beginning of last year. And then this year's Katt Williams.
Just throw the whole years away. Just throw away.
But at least it was nothing like somebody died. Because in the beginning it was if somebody died and then that's what makes it so bad. It's like, somebody died. Katt Williams just came out and just told what he felt like he needed to get off his little chest.
Now, I do feel like that was his reasoning for doing stuff. He just wanted to get stuff off his chest and just vent. And he used the whole 2 hours just to vent. Mm-hmm. And the what is it? Combo Shay Shay? Club Shay Shay. Loved it because it
blew him up though. Yeah, it blew him up. But have you? And this is just a side note. Since we're talking about Club Shay Shay, have you listened to Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho? Mm-mm. Okay, when I say it's it be funny. And
but I have not. But you remember that clip that I was talking about where, because I didn't know who
She didn't know who none of these people was. Jesus.
Forgive me. I didn't know who Shannon Sharp was. I knew his face.
You know who Shannon Sharp was?
Shut it up. I knew his face, but I didn't know his name and that they had a podcast. He was the one who was talking about passing gas in front of like him and his wife, the girlfriend. And he was like, no, don't, you're gonna have to go to another room. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, how you got a good relationship if you can't fart?
Well, he was even talking about, it was even not to rehash their podcast because we have a podcast, but it was talking about, he was talking about even like licking toes and stuff like that. And Ocho was like, what's wrong with that? And Shannon Sharp was like, no, Ocho. So Ocho calls Shannon Unc. Like, I guess it's like a name. I don't know Shannon Sharp, but they call him Unc. And so he was on. He said, stay with me now." And that's how Ocho be talking. It'd be funny. I
never listen to it. I do like podcasts, but I listen to so many. I'm like, I don't think I can fit anymore. Yeah. I will never hear them all. I barely listen to all of mine that I have because it's so many.
It's a lot, and we're adding to the number.
We're adding to it.
So thanks for joining us today for this Love Ladies Day conversations. We appreciate it. Let us know below your thoughts, your opinions. Let us know if you
how you feel about celebrities. Do you feel like we put them on a pedestal? What you thought about Katt Williams in his interview? Do you feel like he just spilled the beans and talked about it way too much? Because I saw some other comments too that say, you know what, you never see our wonderful other comedians talking about each other like us. Like we do.
So let's make this interesting because we have a podcast. Let's make it interesting. Who y'all think is funny between Shonda and Ken?
Who is more hilarious? I think we bounce off of each other pretty good. Who
you think is funny between me and you?
I don't know. It just depends on
Ken.
It just depends on the moment because sometimes I
know sometimes Ken do have bursts of comedy, honey. She do have bursts of comedy.
I'm very subtle. Like I'll just say something and then she not laughing.
And I just be like, okay, she did good.
And then sometimes she'll do stuff and it just took me like to this day. It still took me when we was trying to do that little story. You said the little monkey looks like me. It's still so funny to me. It may not be funny to y'all, but it's funny to me. Oh boy. Just comment down below. Who do you think is funnier? All of those things. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye guys.